Hello and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of January 13th through the 19th. The card that we've pulled this week from the Star Child Tarot is Perspective. So we've just exited a full moon. So in the world of manifestations, the moons are a great placeholder for what it is that you're trying to call into your life. Usually manifestations come to fruition in 6-month cycles. So if you start to manifest on the new moon, which is all about fresh starts, new beginnings, and calling things in, then by 6 months later on the full moon, you will see some of those goals start to come into being. And it's a really great way to sort of check in with yourself and recognize what it is that you have accomplished and what has been called into your life by the power of your own positive thinking. And it's also a really good time to check in and notice what you need to let go of, because sometimes the things that haven't manifested during that 6-month cycle are things that you realize that you've outgrown. They are intentions or goals that no longer serve you. And so the full moon is a really great time to release those and let go of anything that's not keeping you in a forward motion. All of that being said, the perspective card is the perfect card for this post full moon energy. And I find that I feel like our perspective is really being shifted around more of our relationship goals, and that can be romantic relationships or relationships with coworkers or friends. But I get the feeling that about 6 months ago we might have been wishing for certain shifts within our interpersonal relationships, and the perspective card is coming into play to encourage you to really shift your focus away from the lack and towards the things that you actually have gained over the past 6 months. So a great example of this is if you are trying to call in a romantic partner, perhaps you are into manifesting and 6 months ago you wrote down the perfect list of all of the qualities that you want in this person. Or maybe you did it unintentionally. Maybe you just know in your head what you were trying to call in. I want you to, rather than being dissatisfied with the lack of one person fulfilling all these needs and possessing all of these qualities, take some time to look around at the relationships that you've built and developed over the past 6 months and the way that those qualities or those goals have showed up in your other relationships. And again, this is something that can be applied to any type of relationship that you were trying to mend or to call in. But I feel like the perspective card is really telling us that our manifestations have come to fruition. It just may not be all in one person, one individual. So you've done a really powerful thing. You've put a thought out there into the universe and it has come back at you. And you have developed some really beautiful connections and really beautiful attachments to people. And maybe they didn't show up in the way that you expected, but they've showed up in a way that is still serving you. And so recognize the importance of the way that these things have shown up. And know that each of these qualities showing up in your other relationships are preparing you for when they show up in a specific individual. Whatever it is that's coming into your life, whatever beautiful relationships that you've developed over the past 6 months, know that they are all adding up to something greater. So by recognizing and feeling blessed by what is currently in front of you, you are thanking the universe, but you are also becoming the person that you need to be to have these things show up more often in your life, maybe in a single individual, or maybe in the person that you were hoping was going to shift or change. Don't focus on the lack. Focus on everything that you've gained and cherish these beautiful friendships and developments that have come about, even if they were in a form that is unlike what you were expecting. Shift your perspective. Find a place of gratitude and find a place of abundance rather than lack. And I promise you, the more that you focus on what you have, the more what you want will continue to show up.
Clap along, clap, clap along.